Hey everyone, and welcome to another year. My gosh, I hope everybody had an absolutely fantastic Christmas and a fantastic New Year. And thank you so much to tuning in into yet another new year of the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here at the Smoke-In Studios here in Colorado. We've got a great show for tonight. It is 9 degrees here, and we're getting snow. We've got probably over a foot of snow this week alone. It's been absolutely fantastic. I know I'm sadistic like that. I love the cold. I love the snow. We've got a great guest, very good friends of the show. If you've watched us for any consistency at all, you absolutely know Ish from Badass Motherfucker Cigars, as well as ROCF Cigars. Gonna do big shout outs to all the sponsors that yet again, year over year, make this show remotely possible. As this is a sponsorship show sponsored by BAMF, we will not be running ads on the bottom. So I'm going to give everybody big shout outs. I'm going to completely forget about a shout out to BAMF right now because Ish can just sit there in the background and just wait for me to bring him on. But Kristoff Cigars, big thank you. Karen Berger Cigars, big thank you. Sagrado Cigars, New Air Humidor. In the description below, you'll see a 15% off promo code for their largest humidor. I get nothing, so absolutely please use it. Micallef Cigars, a big Sky Cigars, Cornell and Diehl Pipe Tobacco, La Aurora Cigars, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. If you missed the last episode of the year last year with Steve Saka, I strongly recommend you go back and watch it. It was absolutely fantastic. Gave away probably close to $1,000 worth of shit too for Christmas. So it was absolutely a great show. As always, big shout out to the big guy, Abe Nababna over at smokin.com. Check out Smoke-In Cigars. If you're part of a Cigar of the Month Club and it is not the Smoke-In Cigar of the Month Club, what the hell is your problem? It's Christmas every single month. Get in it. It's $35. That includes shipping. 5 cigars sent right to your door. So definitely jump over to smokin.com and sign up for the Cigar of the Month Club. All right, let's go ahead and bring out the man of the hour, Ish.
How you doing?
From BAMF Cigars. So how you doing, brother?
So far, so good. And Happy New Year, by the way. How you doing?
Happy New Year. I figured since you were coming on, it's a perfect reason to use my AR.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely, yes.
You can weld with this thing. So,
okay.
Well, brother, how you been? Give us a little rundown of what you did over Christmas, New Year, and kind of, what's the first couple weeks been like?
New Year's and Christmas. It was always, of course, with the family over here, make a big cook, the seafood paella. Obviously, I'm from Spain, so we do that. Then New Year's, we went to my mother-in-law. And that was for the Christmas and the New Year's. Then in the first couple of weeks of January, we already make a rolling event in Maryland, another one in New Jersey. I just came back 2 days ago with a little cold, as you can tell. And but a lot, man. This year I thought it was gonna be a little maybe relaxing. No, it's not. It's we have events booked almost for the 12 months already. So that's good. That's not bad. That's not bad.
So when you say events, give us a breakdown of, first off, how does anybody watching Josh? Big shout out to Josh Mims. How you doing there, brother? Will Den, Happy New Year to you as well. And Marshall, Happy New Year to you as well. And looking forward to, I'm pretty sure, Marshall, you said you were going to TGS, so I'm looking forward to meeting you over at TGS as well. So Ish, how do people find out about your events? Where can they learn where to meet you? I always tell people you're fucking Rambo that makes stars with your background. Like, so how do people meet you?
Normally they want to come to the events. I go to Instagram. I used to be I'm gonna tell you the truth. I used to hate Instagram because of the hashtag. But since I learned that you don't need so many hashtag to do things, I more on Instagram than in Facebook per se. And every time that we have an event, we just put it over there. We just put in our story, we put in whatever it is. It will be in the web sizes and all of that. And the thing that we do is people call us, and it's 2 different events that we do. If they have our cigars in the store, they buy a minimum, and we go and we do a rolling event. If they do not have per se our cigars, but they still want us to do, we go over there and we do it for the different price. Mostly why we are doing so many events is because we don't go over there pre-bunch and just roll the wrapper. We just go and do the whole thing, the bunching, the pressing, and the wrapping. So that's
whole soup to nut demonstration.
The whole thing. Like you're like at the factory. It's 2 guys. Yeah. It can be just myself, or normally it's Oscar and I. So or he rolls and I bunch, or he bunch and I roll, or I press, or whatever the case may be. Or if I'm very, very busy talking with people or smoking cigars and having a cocktail, I say, Oscar, your tune, buddy. You do everything. Instead, when he comes with the bar wise and things like that, he say, hey, boss, you sit down, so I had to do it. But other than that, that's mostly how we jump from shop to shop, and people call us because it's something that people don't see every day, unless that you go to the factory. You're only going to see just put the wrapper, not the whole process. I believe that's what it gives us a little more attention per se. But other than that, we just normal guys like everyone else.
So if I want to find out where your next event is, just jump on your Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We normally try to put 2 weeks in advance, which I is lacking because I didn't do it. I just came 2 days ago for Jersey. And like I said, I came with this is what happened. When we go, normally we drive. We have to go with a big press, with all the materials, with everything. So it's not like you can jump in a plane with a press, with your cutting knives, with your...
What are you talking about? People brought it out. They brought a horse on a plane as a
you can bring a tank
animal,
but you cannot bring it lighter. You know, it's kind of weird. So normally, like for instance, in July this past year, we went to Vegas and we just drove. Well, when I say we, it means me, because Oscar has driver license and drive like a champ, but in the DR. Over here is so many lanes, so big of the cars, that he's like in the fish tank. He gets dizzy and he say, I'm sorry, man, you drive. That's his excuse, okay? For me to drive. But
too many rules and regulations that need to be followed versus the DR. You could just do whatever you want, probably.
Absolutely, yes. But and in the DR, you just do whatever you want.
One way? That's a suggestion.
It's just a thought. But,
so,
yeah.
But I am so excited to talk to you about it because you sent me the thing on Instagram. Our cigar made the top 25 list. So
yes,
tell everybody about that cigar.
So
and then what the list is and how they can see the list.
The cigar, as a matter of fact, the one is 2 lists. One is the Cigar Launching Podcast with LH, local hero, and Canberra. They did it, and I believe, I don't know if it's 13 or 12, number 13 or 12, I forgot. It's people that, normal people, they have a podcast, but they just smoke normal cigars. They don't have to go to $100 cigars, $70 cigars, whatever it is. They smoke whatever they like, they post. So I saw it and I said, oh, that's good. So I say, thank you. They say, oh, no, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And they did. And it's used to be the MRE, which people still call the MRE because it's the bacon with your cigar, but it's done with the bacon that you produce, which I have to be honest, is way better than the bacon that we produced before. So people like it more. And it's doing really well. So then another page not another page, another magazine, because it wasn't a magazine. It's in Europe. In Europe, you know that we eat a lot of dry meats, you know, like ham, jamon, whatever, Italian prosciutto, and all of that. Yes, charcuteria. And it's many people over there that they own vineyards, they own wineries, they own this and these motor cigars, and they love it. So everybody in Europe is talking about a cigar, which was surprising to me until my cousin called me and said, "Hey, you know that your cigar?" I said, "What cigar?" He told me, "The one with bacon, man." I said, "What about it?" I said, "Everybody's talking about it." I said, "In Europe?" I said, "Okay." So this is making a good name over there.
Yes. Dude, now we got to do a pancetta version. So for all of you guys that don't know the cigar we're talking about, you can actually go on BAMFcigars.com or ROCFcigars.com and order yourself a bag. I know they're a little back ordered. We're waiting to get more in. We've also got boxes coming out for them, but it technically is a new cigar as of last year because you changed the bacon.
One of the main ingredients.
And that was a big deal. It gives a really nice kind of hearty meatiness, smokiness to it with just a very, very little bit of a sweetness on the back of the palate that if you're not fully in tune with picking out flavor notes on the cigar, you may miss it. And I say it like that because I don't want people to think it's a sweet flavored cigar. It is not a flavored cigar. It is, if anything, it is slightly infused with natural flavors, not artificial sugars, not, everything else that's going into it.
No, and the good thing about that cigar is funny because it tastes like a normal cigar. Once in a while, you have a hint of that bacon, maple, that thing, but the smell, as soon as you just puff on it and burn, everybody around is going to think that you're doing a barbecue or you're cooking bacon or you're doing a steak or you're doing, people go, "What are you cooking?" "I'm not cooking, I'm smoking." Bullshit. I say, "Well, yeah, I'm smoking, I'm not cooking nothing, I promise you." And that's what people didn't get at first, and now they love it. They love it. So
well, everybody I've given it to absolutely thought it was stellar. I know we've sold through some. We're getting more in. We're holding back on a little bit because we're waiting for boxes and stuff like that. So, how can people get that cigar other than the website? Can they go to a shop? Can they go to a location?
This means one thing, Ryan, that I didn't do yet. Yes, not because I'm lazy, because I'm not lazy whatsoever. It's because I'm too busy. I'm working 14, 16, 17 hours a day. But one thing I had to do, I never did, is put a map. Probably start with the United States. I say in Florida, these shops. In Colorado, these shops. In Texas, these shops. I never did it, but I'm going to do it. I promise. I promise. But I'm not going to say by the end of this week because it's almost tomorrow. I will say by the end of this month, it will be people can go and locate, names, addresses, phone numbers, websites of everyone carrying our cigars, which is a few. It's a few. So.
And I tell you what, guys, even if you don't have it available close to you at a shop, he runs an online lounge. And when I say online lounge, Ish is very prolific blender. Ish is a very prolific palette of flavor profiles that you can get from his shop. So you can go right on BAMFcigars.com or ROCFcigars.com, use my promo code in the description below, and you get 15% off the entire website. Everything, all of his high-end stuff on ROCF to all of his medium to high-end stuff on BAMF Cigars as well. Now, would you say it is a fair assessment that the ROCF line is the premier Excalibur line and the BAMF is your standardized line?
Yes, the only thing with ROCF is well, BAMF was the first name that we came to the United States with. So we use between 5 to 8 years of aged tobacco. With ROCF, which is the factory, Rodriguez Olivan Cigars factory, I tried to do something different. I said, well, I had to make hopefully good cigar, but I use a little more older or more aged tobacco. But I believe that by the end of this year, everything is going to become just one, and it will be BAMF. Because people get confused. We have K9, amazing cigars. Not because I say so, it's because people say so. As you know, it's the first time that you probably are going to see me smoking one of my own cigars on a live, on a podcast. I never smoke my cigars. I will smoke different companies because I never want to smoke my own cigar. I want people to smoke my cigar and tell me about it. You like it? Good. You don't like it? Tell me why. Let me see if I can change something. But yeah, ROCF, I put a little high standard, but we used to have over 60 blends. I'm going to go all the way down to a half dozen blends. And because now, remember, we started to blend many years before we had the factory, the first one in 2015, many years for many brands that everybody knows. Okay. So we start to blend that. So it was 5, 10, 15. It was okay. But as of today, well, as of last week, it was 89 brands. As of today, the 11th of January 2024, is 91 different brands. So I said, you know what? I want to focus more, obviously, my brand, but I want to focus more on my clients that they depend on our factory to make their brand, is their living, their families, and then a little more on me. So I just gonna go down and probably pull everything in BAMF, which is the most well-known, say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I will do.
Now, you're probably also having to consolidate a little bit as far as bringing the catalog down, because I don't think most people know this about you unless they're obviously really good friends with you or know you in a professional manner. But you are probably one of the more prolific rollers for other brands as well as your own.
Yeah.
And that says a lot, but that also means you get a little, everybody that you bring on maybe takes a little bit more time away from the factory.
Yes.
So would that be one of the reasons as you're having to kind of consolidate? Because how many brands are you up to? If you don't want to share that, you don't have to. But
it's 91. As of today, it's 91 brands. That we make cigars for. Yeah. Thank you. It's 91 brands. Obviously, you have the non-disclosed agreement with many of them. Another ones that don't care. But that's that we produce, that we blend, is over 200 blends that we do for different 200 brands. So it's it's not just United States. You have to it's more continents and more countries than just United States. So we probably blend cigars for about, I would say, 210, 200. Call it 10. It could be 12. It could be 9. 200 plus brands, but that we produce for the United States is 91 brands we produce cigars.
And I think people, it's kind of like you're the guy in the background, right? You're the political operative that nobody talks about, but everybody inside knows. And you've had your, again, not without giving anything away unless you want to, but I think a lot of people would be shocked to realize not only the brands you've been integral in working with, but the lines of those brands that you have worked with. Because it's not like you're rolling, bundle sticks for these companies. You're rolling. Are you still there? I think we lost Ish. We got a funny face. Oh, there we go.
Are you there?
Your signal dropped out for a sec.
I
no worries. I think people would be surprised at the brands that you have worked with, the big ones, but I think they would be blown away at the individual lines of the cigars that you've worked with.
Yes.
Because it's not like you're making 91 bundle sticks.
No.
You're making some of these cigars, and again, I'm not giving any names away. Some of these cigars that you are rolling for these companies are going for $30-$40 a stick.
Yes.
And they're coming out of your factory.
Out of my factory, and I always go like this and say, how can be my most expensive cigar $16-17 per se? And I'm making this cigar, which I'm sorry to say, it's not as good as a blend. It's a good blend, but it's not my blend for my cigar. And they sell it 40, 42, 45 all day long. And I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. What's going on over here? Must be the marketing, must be the whatever it is, But I can tell you, yes, for instance, this Saturday, some people coming that they were on my house prior, and I doing 2 lines for the PCA for them. It's a new line. And they say, you know what, we have another 5, 6, 7 lines. Can you do it for us? I said, well, I can do it for you, but I will never go, into a fire competition or try to take or steal clients from another factory. That's not me. As a matter of fact, I help every factory. And you can ask in the DR, you can ask whatever you want. I help people out. Say, no, we already talked with them. And when they knew that you were doing something for us, they say, oh, shit. Okay, so I get that you go with them. So I say, oh, that's kind of weird because I do cigars for that company as well. So it's like people don't understand, So for instance, when they hate us, you always have some people that hate you for some reason, because of your accent or because whatever it is, because whatever. And they go and say, oh, I don't see BAMF in my local lounge. Well, I guarantee you 30 or 40 brands that is in that lounge is come from my factory. So you don't have to smoke BAMF. You're smoking that? Yeah. You're smoking that? Yeah. You're smoking that? Yeah. Say, good. You're making me money no matter what. Not as much, just pennies, but penny, everything counts. You know what I mean? So I don't mind. I would not be the guy bullshitting people. I made this many cigars, or my cigars are $45, or I make only, 50,000 cigars a month, a year, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm going to tell you how it is, and I saw before in lights and insurance exactly how much a cigar costs, how much the export costs, the import costs, the fly costs, taxes over here, the FDA, the TTV, and all of that. And people say, holy shit, how you know that? I said, well, I have 4 factories, not huge, but I have them in different countries. I'm exporting and importing. So if I don't know that, I will be literally under the water. So yeah, people mostly don't know, that little people like myself, we can do so much that they enjoy every day and they don't even know who made it.
Well, yeah, and that's where kind of like this is going to be your year, right? Because for so long, in a way, you've been kind of like Placencia in the start, right? You have tobacco, you have factories, you did so many cigars, so many other lines for other manufacturers. You've been doing your own line the whole time, but just in the last couple of years, boy, that trade is.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say it's since you've sponsored this show that your life has just been. No, I'm just totally kidding. But it all says, yeah, right.
The neighbor is calling me. I'll be right back.
but in all seriousness, though, like you've been trying to get this brand on a national scale for so long, and you've done with so many other brands in the background that it's been probably 4 years maybe that you've been on like a chug uphill.
About 4 years, a year prior to the pandemic, probably 4.5 years.
Yeah,
we had the brand for already 9 years, BAMF, K9 for 8 years, ROCF obviously since we opened, because ROCF is the factory name, ROCF. But I never. My wife, and I'm sorry to say, but my wife called me stupid because I put more attention to everyone than myself. I will give you my food because you're looking at me like this for you to eat, and I will fucking starve. That's how I am. So it works well. Sometimes it doesn't, because at the end, somebody's gonna go, you motherfucker, I'll give you the food and you stab me in the back. But hey, it's life. But I enjoy doing it. So I will always take care more of my clients than myself. That's how I grew up. That's how I was taught. And my father always told me, man, the people that give you money or whatever, I understand you can make more money. Selling my own cigar.
It's a pride thing. It's not your product. It's somebody else distributing your product with their name attached to it. That's a pride thing.
Yeah, which I make. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest. For me to make a cigar to somebody else, because I'm the importer, will be about 10 to 12, 15 cents a cigar is what the manufacturer makes. That's it.
That's profit, by the way, everybody.
That's profit.
Is not cost.
No, so that's the profit.
He's not talking about 15 cents.
That's the profit.
Okay.
Now, because I'm the importer and the exporter, I can make 25 cents in a cigar. That's it. That's all I make in a cigar that I make for somebody else. When I can make $8, $9, $10, $15 on my own cigars. So people will say, if you're great, you say, you know what? Promote your cigars, do what you do, and you have to sell 100 cigars to make what you make with 2 cigars of yours. Yeah, but people don't think in the big scale. It's not the same thing selling 1,000 cigars a month than selling 150,000 cigars. When you put 25 cents, 100-something thousand a month is not the same thing. Everything comes to numbers and numbers and numbers. And like I said, I don't care. You don't like my cigar because you don't like my person or because whatever. I don't care. You telling me in my face when you're smoking something that is done by me. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. This industry, I love it. I never hate nothing except 2 or 3 idiots who want to be that or whatever. But I love it, man. It's I love it.
Oh gosh, no, but it's so awesome how it just shows you that work, that dedication, that perseverance. Because I know you wanted to quit probably and give up a lot in the beginning. I'm sure it was incredibly grueling, hard. How the fuck do you even know where to even begin to look for a damn place in a country that literally can open up your cigars and take them as you're shipping them out? So there's so much there. So you got 9 years into this with just signed the BAMF. The last 4.5 years you're picking up. So you came through PCA last year. Now you are literally nationwide with your own brand. And you are growing over and over. You're actually, we can't talk about who, but you are working with celebrities now. Like that's going to be announced soon.
Very soon.
But like we've talked about Bob Dylan on the show, potential of that, so like what is this feeling like?
Another one doing the cigar that can be told because it's the truth is Boom Boom Mancini, Ray Boom Mancini, the boxer, making the cigars. But again, it was COVID for him, COVID for the attorney, then blah, blah, blah. So now we return again, the whole wheel spending again. So, and that's a non-disclosed. So, good evening, Martin. So, we're doing, many things, but like you know me personally. I've been in your house, you've been in my house. It's different thing. We're friends. But I know the guy that I will tell you, oh, my cigar is this much because I only have a couple working at the factory doing my cigars. It has to be selected by fucking bullshit. No, no. So that's not me, But difference probably is like yes, I come from a different country. I've been in many different countries. But for instance, this Tuesday, I was saying, and I will say the name because he was saying that, and it's Niperdomo, okay? Over here by me, it is 75 miles, 80 miles from my house. This person makes 100,000 cigars a day. When his dream, it was to make 100,000 cigars a year. So obviously he has factories that he didn't even knew how big they were.
Yeah.
Okay. And even like this, he's still in only, when I say only 67 countries. I know a freaking thought compared to him. Not even a thought. But we are in over 80 countries. So
but like you had said though, right? It's the marketing aspect of it. Not only that, but I mean, that's a lot to do. That's a lot of marketing, and you are very, very, very active on social media. Like, but you're not boisterous. Like you're not the loudest one in the room. Unless you're in a room with everybody that knows you, and then Ish is the most gregarious guy you'll ever meet in the world. An absolute fucking riot. I'll tell you that right now. The guy sleeps like 3 hours a night and pops up like he never went to bed. Not even kidding. Stayed the night at his house. We went to bed at like 1 a.m. Got up at like 5:30. I'm like, and Ish just pops up. Hey guys, bacon, eggs, any food, coffee? Like, I'm like, dude, like, what do you went to bed like an hour after I did? How are you up like this?
Okay.
So what has been your strategy and kind of what have you been doing to focus more on you and your brands? Because you've been doing that heavily the last couple of years.
I want to tell you what it was. And I'm sorry to say it. I'm not sorry to say sorry. People will say, I'm sorry to say it. I am not sorry to say it. It was my wife. My wife told me, Ish, honey, so you make people money, but you don't make yourself money? And she told me, literally like this, she was like and she's not Italian, she's from Trinidad, but she was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, where that came from? So you saw that in a movie or something? She told me, why don't focus a little more on you and whatever. I say, I had no time. I had to remember, I have 7 businesses, 7, not just one. So it's to me, even if I'm home, it's still 14, 16, 17, 18 hours work, at least every single day. If I go out, it's about 200, 300, 400 miles a day on my car every day. That they have to go from one job to another, to another. So
he drives a Ferrari.
Aston Martin. But as a matter of fact, this is for Explorer. Come on. But
it is. His wife's got the best car.
But you know, it's I for some reason I believe it's how I was raised and the country I was born. You know, we don't have to close our door to go to say good night to people and go to bed. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to close your door in the car. You don't have to do nothing like that. So I believe in people until
now, when he says close, he means lock.
Lock. Yeah. I don't have to lock my nothing.
He closes his car doors.
Yeah, I close. God damn, guys, learn freaking English, will ya? So anyway, so I don't lock my car. I don't lock my house, not even in here at all. You know, if somebody sees something that I leave in the seat, I don't give it potato chips. Man, open the door, take the potato chips, and get the fuck out of there. I don't want you to break the freaking glass just to take 25 cents potato chips. I leave everything open. And do we have the same thing? You can come to, well, you saw it. This house is always open. Now, it's about 75 guys in this house.
I wouldn't take my chance. I wouldn't take the chance.
You better not. But yeah, I mean, how I grew up is like give more than you receive. So I'm a giver, no receiver per se. So I'm happy when I make people happy. It made me happy. So it's not just about Ish, BAMF, whatever. Yeah, I want to have my t-shirt because it's my brand. But if I don't have my cigars in one shop, in one lounge, but I see 6, 7, 8 other brands that I make cigars and people are buying them, you can see my face like this. I mean, why are you laughing? You don't have your cigars over here and say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're smoking my cigar no matter what. So it's I believe that the whole cigarette industry in the past, since the pandemic, to be honest, 3.5, 4 years back, we came with what? With a new 800 brands from different countries and this and this and that probably about a 5% they will make it. The ones they already falling apart anyways. So it's not just all about you. You don't give, don't expect to receive. And people don't understand that if you want to sell cigars, a cigar or like the bacon that you're doing for the cigars, or the one I'm drinking, or the house that you live in it, if they don't like the cigar maker, the wine maker, the bacon maker, the builder, they don't even are gonna look at the building, at the wine, at the cigar, at the food. They will not. Now, you have to recognize it's many people that they can be as assholes with the capital A that they will sell. That's another form or influence people. Oh, that guy is a fucking asshole, but you know what? People is talking shit about him. Let me try your cigar. That guy is fucking laughing. Example, Gurkha. Hey, you smoke Gurkha, I'd never go with you. Blah, 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 blah. Number one sell cigar in the whole world is Gurkha. So it all depends how you do it. And I don't like to give names, but it's the truth. So it's when, I don't like it, I don't like it. What? Because somebody told you that it's not good. Did you try it? Or somebody told you this, or somebody told you that, or don't buy that car, or don't buy that wine, or don't go to that restaurant, or don't go to that hotel. Well, if you don't go and do it for yourself, you have no opinion. I cannot give you my personal opinion in something that my friend or my neighbor or my wife or you or whoever give me. I had to try it, and I will tell you, it was not for me, or it was spot on, or it was good, or, I did for different, whatever. So you have to try it by yourself. And that's I believe that's the whole point, to be honest.
To your point about Gurkha, I personally think they do make some good stuff. I think the stuff from Abe Flores, the stuff from Aganorsa is good. But where they succeeded, and I think took the world by, was their marketing. Because I know so many people that don't smoke cigars on like a daily or even monthly, but man, when they go out and buy one, it's a Gurkha.
I'll tell you something. I don't care where you go. When it used to be, not anymore, but when it used to be the Cigar Fest in the Poconos, okay? Obviously, Drew Estate always was the difference between back construction and...
It's very true, Lou.
Yes, it's true. It's 100% true. So, by the way, one of the cigars coming this year, Lupis Atelier over here, which is a very dear friend of mine, very good friend of mine, and we did the Song Gay Fall. Well, I did a cigar. He did the artwork and whatever, and we put the band in the cigar. Okay. This guy, last year, probably, Lou, correct me, maybe it was even in 2022. He told me about the cigar. You know, people say put sun smoke in the air, blah, 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 the beep, beep, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But so you know what? We cannot do that because somebody already claimed that thing, blah, blah, blah. So this year is coming a cigar. And it was not my idea. It was Lou's idea. So I had to give props with Ike the Sheriff. So we come in with a cigar that the idea of the name, it was his, not mine whatsoever. I did design, yes. I did cigar, yes. I had idea, absolutely not. It was his idea. So I had to, to thank you to this guy a lot. The Songay Fall cigar for the PCA this past year, it was him. And the collaboration that we did with Cigars for Workers, it was his idea. It was not my idea, it was not Cigars for Workers' idea. It was his idea. And many other things. So this guy is fucking brilliant. He never stopped thinking. Sometimes, hey, piss me off. No, he never pissed me off.
He was nice enough to donate a piece of his artwork to Rocky Mountain Cigar Night Charity Fund. And so that was awesome. That went for quite a bit of money. And then you also teamed up with Mark over at Shadow Warriors Project.
Yes.
To make an exclusive cigar with them. But it was exclusive blend. It was exclusive everything for them.
For the PCA. It was only for the PCA. That's a mistake I will never do again. Because when you are exclusive for the PCA, it's 12 months. In this case, it's thanks God. Not thanks God. I wish it was July again, but it's going to be March. So from PCA in 2023 to 2024, you only can sell those cigars to whoever bought cigars for you at the event. So
I did not realize that's what.
Oh happened. Yeah. So I can produce, say a number, 50,000 cigars of the Shadow Warriors, and I had to zero them because only in 3 launches in the whole United States, the world, whatever you want to call it, they purchased that cigar. So that's a mistake that I will never do again. I will do collaborations. I will do how it's called premieres. I will do releases. But
hold on, real quick. Are you not allowed then to sell that cigar to anybody? Period anymore?
No. For that year, 2023 PCA to 2024 PCA. If you didn't buy the cigar at the show, at the PCA trade show, nobody else can buy it. I cannot sell it online. Well, I can because I bought it to myself, but I cannot sell it to you. I cannot sell, in my page, I can. But it's about 150 launches they want that cigar. And I had to say, no, sorry, you didn't buy it. Only 3 launches. No, 3, no, hold on. It's 3 companies, but they have 9 launches, but it's 3 companies. They have 2, 3, and 4, so it's 9 launches, counting Alaska. And it's the only one that they can buy that cigar until next year, which is this year now.
Well, so hopefully you guys will move a bunch, because I know some of that's going to go to Shadow Warriors.
It's going to be, most of the profit is going to them, yeah. But I couldn't move it. The same thing with Songay Fall. I cannot move those cigars unless somebody purchase at PCA. Because I thought it was a good idea to say PCA exclusive. Well, it is not a good idea to do it. Because you imagine that you have a lounge, okay, Ryan? You have a lounge, and you're sick. Or your daughter, God forbid, is sick, or your wife, or your mom, whatever is sick, and you cannot make it. Now you cannot buy it. You cannot buy it at the show. Now you're not in the list to buy the cigars until next year.
So you learned 2 things from PCA last year. Not to go with the BCA and not to do a PCA exclusive.
Absolutely. I will not do a PCA exclusive ever in my life. Ever.
You were kind enough to send over a few of those with me to me for the event, and I set them down in the box and somebody threw them on the table. So I never even got to try them. So I'm excited to try one when I come down to see you in Florida. Hopefully you have a few. But
as a matter of fact, it's coming in 2-3 weeks. The latest they coming. The cigars over here with boxes finally. But what I didn't push too much about it is because not many stores can buy it. Correct. So what are you gonna spend? $20, $25, $30,000 in producing those cigars and boxes when only 9 launches they can buy it and they only 2 boxes. Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And in fact, there was a guy up here, Chris, that talks about.
Hey, Chris,
when are you going to be in Fort Worth? When are you going to be in Texas? If you are, where?
Oh, in Texas, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston, Fort Knox, which is close anyways to Dallas. So I have been over there for the past 2 years, at least 10, 12 times a year.
So, Chris, if you're watching, well, Itch, do you know a shop in Fort Worth that you can name off right now?
Fort Worth, it will be, I'm bad with names. So it's, I will have to go and check in. You know what? Give me a second. Let me put my cheaters. And go to my phone.
Itch looks really good for 80.
Hey. No, hey.
It's
Remember,
that Spanish, it's that pure Spanish blood.
No, what happened? I tell you what happened. I have one guy, hey Bruce, what's going on? I have a guy taking care of the whole Texas. And he just threw
I thought you were in Texas.
This and that, but really, we have about 28 lounges or 30 lounges in Texas.
Wow.
Do you think I know the names?
Yes.
No, I don't. I know the C-Dot because he's a big one, because he's a distributor. I know Taboo because he's a distributor as well, and he's in Dallas. I know a few of them. That's it. Everything else, what people, I want to check before we end. What people don't understand is like, I am the factory, but I am the blender and roller the first cigars. Then I send to the factory, and then they do the blend I said, and they roll. But it's not just cigars. Like I say, 7 fucking different companies I have over here. And to know the name Ish to one person is Ish. But for me to know 500 names in one event and know 2,000 of the pieces, it's impossible. I just can't. So if somebody told me, where are you in Florida? I can tell you. We're in Barrico, we're in Key West, but you tell me in Texas, I can give you 2 or 3 names.
I tell you what, though, if you knew all your lounges, that's a problem.
Well,
because if you knew them, then there's probably too few to not remember.
I have, like this is photographic memory with numbers. With names, I suck. If I see your car tag once, and I see 5 years from now, I will say, I saw this car in this. But you tell me a name?
Yeah, but that's your military background for numbers and letters and stuff like that. That's your 100%. That's your military background that trains you like that.
It is. But for names of for instance, when I say I was in Maryland 3 days ago, and New Jersey 2 days ago. New Jersey I know for a fact because it's a good friend of mine, and it's J&B Cigar Club Lounge. Okay, which is John the name, B Bill Cope is the last name, Cigar Club. Okay. The one in Maryland, now if I think about it, I say, okay, yes, it's Main Street Cigar and Pipe Shop. But if you ask me tomorrow, not thinking about it, I cannot tell you. You can tell me where you were yesterday, and I will tell you something, the street number, whatever. What's the name of the shop? I say, fuck me. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I should know, but I didn't. No. I'm human.
So, Ish, I want to kind of dig into a little bit of your history and kind of get an understanding. You started when did you buy ROCF? Or when did you buy the factory that is now ROCF?
No, the first factory I bought, that is all the factories are ROCF. All the factories.
I'm talking about the Dominican one where I saw you post the ROCF banner.
That was in 2015.
Okay, was that the first factory you bought?
That I own, yes.
Yes. Okay,
yes.
So why? I feel like you did things very smart in positioning yourself, but you didn't take the normal route that people take. Normally, it's, hey, so and so make me a cigar. I want a brand. Here's my brand. Okay, now I've got my brand developed. Now I'm going to go try to maybe find a factory or find someone to buy into. Okay, now I have a factory. Now I'm making cigars for other people. You kind of did it. You dove into it like a cannonball and was like, fuck it. I'm buying the factory first and then the brand.
Yeah, that's what I did. Well, we have, not just me, it's Oscar involved, is Iñaki involved, is 2 or 3 people involved. We blending cigars for many companies since 2003. So that's when the whole thing about the 2007 came, the FDA, whatever. I was laughing. I say, I don't care. My cigars were already in the country, not with my brand name, but yes, my name in the blend. So we blend cigars 21 years now, blending cigars for another companies, rolling cigars for other companies for 21 years. Then I decided to come with my own cigar, and for one factory, I was being the blender for them. I thought to do my cigar. Literally came like, fuck. Well, let's say over here, everyone over 21, it takes like shit. I don't know how shit takes, but how it smelled. That was the cigar that came with, and that was the green tip. So, are you fucking kidding me? So I blend your cigars, and then you give me this fucking bullshit over here that is nothing that I tell you in the blend. It's in the cigar. How you know? And I went like this. Okay, look at this. I pick up my fucking card. I pick up the fucking cigar.
I've watched him do this, by the way, guys.
Look at that. What the fuck is that? And, how you can tell? I say, because I blend your cigars for the past freaking 15 years. So I say, you know what? You piss me off. Another guy from here, a neighbor of mine. Oh, I have this factory, blah, 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 blah. Let's fly together. I said, you want to go to the DR? I said, let's go. We go over there. I hear a voice. And the other guy hear my voice. We never met in person. Back then, it was not still the computer, the FaceTime, and all that shit. We're talking 21 plus years back. And he told me, Ismael? I say, Oscar? Oh, brother, blah, boom, 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 boom. I said, who owns this? I say, I renting this. It's not that guy, Brett, is his name over here from the United States, live in Wellington. It's not Brett's company. No, this motherfucker owes like $200,000, American dollars. He never paid for nothing. He comes over here. He makes a cigar called Tears of the Sun because of the Bruce Willis movie or whatever. It's garbage. It's me who is paying for all of this. I say, it's you. I say, okay. Who is the owner? Oh, it's Daniel or whatever was the last name. Okay. I go over there. I say, can you call him? Yeah. Can he meet us at his attorney office or whatever? No, let's meet him first in person. So I went over there and say, listen, you selling this thing? No, I'm renting whatever. How much you ask for it? Blah, it's Dominica, blah, blah. Say, don't give me bullshit. I'm not Dominican, okay? I was born and raised in Europe, but I'm an American citizen. So don't give me fucking bullshit numbers. Ain't going to happen. I said, well, I want this much. I said, you know what? I give you 1,000 more. Let's go to your lawyer. Boom, and I bought it. And since then, every cigar that I was manufacturing for another guys and blending, it came to that factory. That happened in 2015. Yeah.
So you made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Which it was nothing. It was like don't think it's like a.
No, it was probably like, millions of dollars Dominican, but
yes,
a couple of $100 US.
Well, it was a couple $100.
No, but you know what I mean. Like the number in the Dominican currency would sound significantly bigger.
Well, it's 57 to 1, so yeah. It was a couple of million to them, but not to me.
It's $57 to 1. Oh my god.
To 1, yeah. So I say, okay. So I did that. Then it became very small. Became small because the demand. I say, crap. I cannot produce all of these plans because now the brands that I was doing for them, and they went to A, B, C, and D factories, Say, well, you open a factory, you are our blender. We want to go with you because now you know exactly what we want. Say, okay, my thoughts were here. My money was here. My view was here. And the thing that they want, it was there. See, fuck me. So I got another one. I didn't buy it. I rented. Again, I rented for like a $350 a month. Okay, it was like a 2,800 square feet. Okay, get it small. God damn. I make a house in the second floor for me to go over there 1 week a month. Boom, boom, too small. God. Okay, we need a third one. Another one. It was 4,000 square feet. It's big for United States. 4,000 square feet is 4,000 square feet, but for the factory, it's nothing. I said, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do now? So you know what? Let's find something. And we found with Santana, which is Hochi Blanco, a nephew, we found one that is 35,000 square feet. So that's now the one that has the whole, look like it's decals or whatever. No, it's Spain. And out is Spain, the BAMF, the K9, and the ROCF logo. So that is the main factory. And the other three, one we use to keep the cigar, the tobacco, and the other two to do flavors. Again, why you do that? I said, because you got 35,000 square feet factory and you can, no, I don't want flavors going into the other cigars.
No, yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand that aren't cigar geeks. You can really like a cellophane, because again, it's a geeky thing to know, but cellophane is not plastic. Okay,
it's wood.
Cellophane has holes in it that allows airflow in and out to breathe. And so because of that, if you have a flavored cigar in your home humidor, you do very much run the risk of tainting the entire humidor or at least any touching remote distance of that cigar.
Well, it's only one, sorry to cut you right there, it's only one cigar. One cigar. I bet you don't even know which one it is. It's only one cigar. You can call it flavored, you can call it infused, that it will not do nothing to another premium cigars in the humidor.
Breakfast of Champions.
Yes, sir, you got it.
It's because it's not an infused, it's a natural infusion. So the difference between...
Yep. And because it's freeze.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Yes. So like...
burn it. Yep.
You're not... So really quick... So there's a difference between infusion, flavored, and what a natural infusion is. And I actually had to learn this, and Ish had to break this down. So let me regurgitate it, Ish, and you correct me where I'm wrong, just to make sure I heard this right. So you have infused, which means the interior leaves have been infused with a flavoring compound as well as the exterior wrapper. Then you have a flavored, like a Swisher Sweet, which is more on the exterior of the wrapper. And then the natural infusion, the reason why that doesn't taint other cigars is because it's actually it's a natural product. You're not boosting the smell, boosting the flavor, boosting the sugar. You're just leaving it everything natural. So the MRE, or the Breakfast of Champions, has the bacon grease on the interior petals. Okay, can't tell you how much, but there's a percentage of bacon grease on the petals. And then instead of water for the glue on the tip, he infuses that with coffee. But it's very important to know it's black coffee, not cream based.
Water with the glue is coffee.
Exactly. Yep. So because of the natural aspect of that and the fact that it's not overpowering in any way, it's not going to... Did I explain the differences correct?
Yes. The only one that you say a little bad words, it was the flavor. The flavor is not in the outside, it's in the inside. With flavor, they pick up the binder, and the filler, not the wrapper, and they spray.
See, I thought that was infused, as it
No, no, no,
infused
no, no, no,
throughout.
no, no, no. Infuses, you imagine, okay. Imagine that's a cigar. Imagine this is a container full of whiskey. I put a mesh over here and I put the cigar.
Oh, okay.
The fumes are coming. Fuck. Now it's flavor because fucking motherfucking fell. You
gotta smoke it. You gotta smoke it now. You gotta smoke it.
No, I cannot smoke that shit. You went for a dive.
That was a vintage 2030 Winston.
No. So the infuse is gonna get the vapors of the whole thing. But when the cigar is rolled, you roll a cigar, you put it, you can put, imagine a barbecue, okay? When you have your grill and you put the liquor or whatever you want to infuse underneath, and you close like with no airtight close, so that when it evaporates, it goes to the cigar because it's like a sponge. A flavor, you actually pick up something like this and you just go.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong, but I had the flavored is they're adding to the interior. Infusion, they're letting it sit and become infused. Okay.
Yes. And then the natural one is when you put something that is you cannot smell and you cannot taste until it's heat on it. Bacon grease, it becomes white. You put in the filler, you want in the binder, never in the wrapper. That's how it came with the wrapper, but never in the wrapper, so it's not too oily. So it's normal oils, it's not like artificial oils. And you know nothing about the cigar, no smell, no nothing until you light it. And what happened with the grease of the bacon? Okay, so you just do bacon with eggs today, right now. 10 minutes later, the grease, it makes a thin layer, right? It makes like a white thin layer. You cannot smell nothing. Now, turn on again the burner, and the smell will come because the thin layer becomes liquid. So that's what happened. That's the natural infuse with the bacon that we do. Until you don't light and produce heat, it will not melt. It will not put the flavor out and the smell out. So that's the three things.
And this is just to tell everybody kind of when he says bacon grease, when he says the reason why our bacon is so much different is I literally, and this is not tooting my own horn, this is just explaining why it tastes better. Our bacon that we use that we produce over at Rocky Mountain Gourmet Bacon, you can go to baconfix.com and order yourself 5 pounds if you want, or 10 pounds. But the reason why is I literally have 5 ingredients. And the one thing that Ish said was really kind of turned him off on the store-bought was the grease quality had to be super strained, super clarified, everything, because what store-bought bacon adds to it is what's called caramel color, as well as heavy preservatives. And these heavy preservatives add a lot of color. That's why when you cook your bacon at home, your grease is jet black or burned or what. It actually blew him away when I just sent him a slab for his birthday, is actually what I originally did. Never even talked about the cigar until after you got it. But the one thing he's like, it blew me away is that your grease is like white. Like it's like water clear and white. So because of that, it actually provides a better, more robust flavor. But on top of that, it's also a much more of a natural product because it's only 5 ingredients. I don't use caramel color. I don't use any hard or heavy preservatives. And so when he's putting the grease on the interior, it's a very thin layer, and it's not like it drips out of the bottom, but it's enough to where as it heats up, it actually kind of coats the inside of the cigar as you're burning it up. the room note is really where you're going. This is more of kind of like a pipe in that sense, where anybody smelling it is going to feel that bacon more than you, but you're going to get sweet, smoky, meaty.
As a matter of fact, that was 2 years ago, you said for my birthday. And the first thing I did, you told me you can cut it right there because you saw that I have the core like you do. Obviously, yours is huge. Mine is for home, no industrial. And I cut it and ate it raw. I like my things raw anyway. So I say.
No, by the way, our bacon's not raw. He's talking about we do something different that you will not get in store bought. Okay. Our bacon ships to you fully cooked to 160 degrees, fully smoked and fully cured. So I legally can't tell you to eat it out of the package, but I'll tell you I do. And that's what he's talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I just cut it and I eat it. I say, holy fuck, it's good. And I did the same thing purposely this time, not a mistake that I did with the MRE. My hands, it has a clear grease. So I picked the cigar and I went on the cigar. I have a cigar over here. Okay. I went like this. And I went like this. And I went like that. Let it set. And then I smoke it. And before you even tell me, man, what do you think? I said, I already had 10 done. Did I set or did not say? I already. So I know this is the table that Lou did for me. Back then, I didn't have the table. 2 years back, but I didn't know a little table that I have, which is over there. It's a glass table. I already make 10 cigars just to see and to try. And goddamn, it was good. And since then, I say, it's your bacon, period, nothing else. And it's the truth.
Yeah, and again, that is very important to understand in a business owner when they realize that the product they were using doesn't compare to a product that they would like to use. And instead of making a huge, what do I do? You just switched it. And you and I didn't even talk about, like, it's not even really a collab cigar. Yeah, RMCS is on the band, but I don't market it as a collab cigar. It's your blend. It's just my bacon. The thing that, like, I'll never forget, you came up here for Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest, and we had handed out probably 20 of them to the people that were here, 15 of them, and they were all like, oh, this was great. And trust me, my friends have no problem telling me when something sucks that I have produced or made. Like, they are brutal, and that's why they're my friends. I don't have yes friends. I have friends that are brutal, and that's what, in my opinion, is a good friend. But anyways, so Ish and I are driving up to Cigar Fest. He looks over at me, goes, hey, motherfucker, we doing this? And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? What are we doing? He goes, we doing the cigar together? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So then we kind of hashed it out, talked about it, and then lo and behold, here it came out, and it hit a top 25 list. And, you know, I don't market it because it is your cigar. It's just all I did was provide one ingredient, you know, but it is hands down. It's a dark wrapper, everybody. It's not a Connecticut wrapper at all. It's a darker wrapper, so you're not going to get that bitterness. It is marketed much more, in my opinion, as a morning stick. For one, it's a Robusto, so 45, 50 minutes.
Perfect for the coffee. It's to be water. It has
coffee, and it has the bacon. So, you know, but it is a cigar that you can, and I have taken out at, 11 o'clock at night with a bourbon and been very, very, very happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I want to ask you here, because I know you've been growing so much inside the U.S., and Bruce actually kind of jumped the gun. You know Bruce Bush from Karen Berger. You know Karen quite well. And Ish literally knows everybody. This is my yes, you know Bruce as well as Ish is my industry lie detector. Like, he knows everybody and everything. If I hear any rumor, instantly call Ish and go, is this true? And we go from there. But Bruce asked, because Karen's kind of trying to branch out, build a bigger sales force, and really they're restructuring the brand. They're calling it Karen Berger Cigars instead of K by Karen. But he asked a question here: is how big is your sales force in the U.S.?
My sales force is not too many people, but they're the right people.
What does that mean?
That means you imagine, forget about cigars, you imagine that you have, which I own as well, construction company, and you have 300 employees, but it takes to build this house 6 months. And another company comes with only 10 employees, and it takes to build the same house in 45 days. Who do you think is stronger, the 10 guys or the 300?
The 10. That's your military background. That's your special forces background. Get the best, most destructive, most competent people, and you can rule the world.
If you want to destroy a country, don't give me 2 million fucking soldiers. Give me five motherfuckers that they don't care shit about it, and they can cover the backs to each other, and they will conquer the whole fucking country. 5 guys. You need a fucking 2,000 soldiers or 2 million soldiers. Same thing with tobacco. As a matter of fact, Karen Berger and I, for the past 2.5 years, we're supposed to do collaboration, but she was busy, I was busy, my fault, her fault, everybody's fault. But it will happen someday. I don't know. It can, maybe, I don't know. But Bruce, I will call you, and you have my phone as well, and I will tell you what I do. And it's like I said, I only have like 4 people in the whole United States, and I cover the 50 states. 4 people. That's what I mean. I don't need to have 3 people per state, which is 150 people doing nothing. Yeah, I know that you know what you means. So, yep, let's do it, man. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
Just really ish. I know this is your show, but may I give a quick shout out to Karen Berger that it
absolutely
said.
She's a good friend of mine.
So I don't think most people, and Bruce, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think most people realize this. Without Don Kiki, Karen's husband that had passed away, there would be no acid cigars. Don Kiki gave a ton of help and support to Jonathan Drew in the very beginning. Bruce, if you're watching, did I say, okay, that's true. There would be no Drew Estate cigars as we know them. Not saying they wouldn't exist, but as we know them. So again, that goes to show K by Karen, Don Kiki cigars were not heavily known, but it was Don Kiki that gave that, and that's not his name, by the way. That's just how he was called. That gave 500,000 pounds of tobacco to Marvin and Jonathan, and that's again kind of like your brand. You have done so much in the background that it's only been in the last probably 4.5, like you said, 5 years, where BAMF ROCF is kind of now coming to the forefront. Well, Karen Berger and K by Karen was very much, or $500,000. Sorry, $500,000 was very much kind of the same thing.
I know Karen Berger for many years, but the only thing that we have our personal cell phones, we text each other, whatever. We will, when it happens, we'll see a collaboration, because she has the same thing I do in the United States, she does in her birth country for another people. Okay, I don't want to say it. She can say it, Bruce can say it. But what I do with the law enforcement over here, she does over there. Okay, and we've been together talking about it for the past 2.5 years. But don't tell me what 22 when. Don't tell me what 22-3 when. My mother told me, man, you're getting older. So it passed like this, I see. Mom, honey, I love you. No, it doesn't go like this. It's because I didn't stop going boom, 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 boom. But it's 2 years that I can just block out on my list, on my calendar, because it's like I just wake up today, boom, 2024. What 2023 when? What 22 when? I don't know what happened with those 2 years. But again, that's due for the pandemic. Everything was closed. Not in Florida, but everything was closed, whatever. Flying international. I remember last year, no, the year before, went to my country, to Spain. In 5 days, I have 17 COVID tests done on my nose, on my throat. I say, you want to put my pants down? You put it up on my fucking ass or something? Because this is 5 days, 17 times. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, hey, at least you haven't had the COVID catheter test.
Fuck. So it has been, but I would talk with Bruce for sure, and with Karen. I don't. Yeah, Bruce. I believe I have your phone. No, not phone, your phone number. But I have Karen's no matter what. We will do something together, and the first in the United States is easy to have it. You have the right people. Like I said before, you need 10 reps, you need 20 reps, you need nothing like that. I have 4 reps and the rep in the 50 states. And that's how it goes.
No broker.
It's only one broker that became my rep. That's it. So, and it's phone calls and show up once in a while. Why, again, like you say, in the past 4 years, I became a little more elevated in the industry? Non-industry. It is because I go myself and I roll myself.
Correct.
And I blame myself. And it is only, I believe, this year, today is what, 11th. I did 4 events since January 1st. 4 events. 4 of them, they want to do the house cigars with me. Why? Because I go with the press, I go with tobacco, I go with the table, I roll. I say, what do you want? I want this. Can you put it a little more spicy? Can you a little more creamy? Can you try it? I want. How many you want? 5,000. Okay, no problem. Here. Check. Done. But that's because you go in person and you do it. So when they talk with the owner or with the blender, with the rep, they trust more that is somebody like a Bruce. Bruce is number 1 with Karen Berger. So he's Karen Berger in a man. Whatever he says, it happens. Period. Okay? But if it's another rep, they will say, I'm ready to talk with Bruce or Karen Berger. Or with me, I'm ready to talk with Nick or Ish. That's what happened. But when you go and you show up and you know what you're doing and you can do it, man, the word is yours. Like a freaking Scarface used to say, the word is yours. Yes. Just go and do it, man. It's not that complicated. And
no, it's not. While you're talking here, I'm actually so I don't do this often. I don't do share screens often, but I just want people to understand. So this work on these, correct me if I'm wrong-ish, but to my understanding, you are the one that primarily does this role.
Well, primarily, no, the only one in the whole world. Yeah, that's me.
So look at this work that he does. Now, these are all Connecticut's. These are all mild cigars. They're all Salomones, but you can get the Superheroes package. But look at the detail and the artwork. These are all hand-rolled by Ish.
Yeah.
And these are real integrated. These are not stickers put over the top.
It's no stickers, there's no laser engraver, is no one by hand. We just came last month with the Marine Corps because he's one of the big guys in the Marine Corps that he has a heart surgery lately last month. And he was a smoker, so now we had to wait, but we give him a 20 count of the Marine Corps logo in the cigars. I have in one day, over 3,500, 3,600 people, they want to buy it. I say, guys, no. I put that as a present. That was a present for this person. I can not make so many cigars. If I do the Marine Corps in those superheroes, which again, Marine Corps is still kind of superhero. You think about it. So it's, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I believe that people trust you when they know that you're not talking out of your ass, that you can do what you literally say that you will do. That's the big difference, like it can come a brand, I do this. And first of all, never, ever put no brand down. You put a brand down.
Correct.
You just going to with a shovel.
Yes.
Into your fucking tomb.
Yes.
Never.
Just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's not for somebody else.
Never. Yeah.
So I do want to talk about this one here for a second, because this really is, and I don't do product. So like this is a really revolutionary cigar. And what I mean by that is, yes, it's a cigar. It's not revolutionary from that aspect, but it's revolutionary to the cigar market inside of the US because it contains a tobacco that I don't know if any other US cigar company has ever utilized, but I'll let you explain what I'm talking about.
So what happened with a cigar, we can with a blow of blood, and again, and I want to see right here, straight in this live. P. Johnson called me one day and told me, man, what about the coffee? No, the cigar, what about the coffee and blah, blah. I didn't know that he has that registered mark, whatever.
So what he's talking about is the 5-sided coffin that the case these cigars come in. So
I say, but he didn't knew who I was, who he knows me very well. But by the name, he didn't know. Say, P, are you kidding or whatever? Say, listen, just because you had this, it's okay. I have a patent in Europe, and I have patent, which is more the trademark. I have patent in Europe, patent in the DR. So I can say whatever I want, but I say, just for you, I will go ahead and just discontinue. Now, I still have about 50, 60, 70 of them, which I will sell yes or yes. So that's what never with the C's and the C's or whatever. We can do an agreement that is no money involved, nothing. It was a handshake by phone because he was traveling, I was traveling. So yeah, like a FaceTime handshake. That's what it was. And that was it. That was the end. But what happened with that cigar is not thinking, if I knew before, probably I will not do it. But I never thought about, the Monster line and this line that he has. Opinioson is a very good friend of mine. Okay. I know all his history. I know his wife, his mother-in-law, father-in-law, father, everything, all the family. But just happened that I went to Transylvania, and within 10 kilometers, remember, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. So about 5-6 miles from the castle is this guy growing tobacco. I said, what the fuck? So I went, I said, you have something dry? Oh, yeah. And I tried it. Delicious. I said, what?
Very good.
So I bought it all. It's a small farm, so they only have like 3,000 pounds. So I bought all of them. I bought it, and this cigar, it has actually Transylvanian tobacco. It has Nicaraguan tobacco. It has Dominican tobacco, and it has a broadleaf wrapper from Pennsylvania. So that's what made that cigar good. And what happened between the discussion between P. Johnson and I is because somebody that went to the PCA this year with us, it gave him, oh man, that's the real Dracula. You think that I was thinking about his Dracula cigars? No, it's my cigar, it's his cigar. And he tried it, or I say, who is that? Within 24 hours, it came to my attention, blah, blah. But anyways, everything is good. whatever, things happens, whatever it is. So I will change, I will respect, I will change that coffin into something different because he has the trademark in the United States, which I really didn't know, even though I had the patent.
But like here's what I tell people, one of the beauties of yours, you don't take cigars serious from the standpoint of the heavy tradition. Like you branch out with unplayed with tobacco. You have Irish tobacco in your Irishman cigar and the St. Patty's cigar. You have Transylvanian tobacco. You have Turkish African tobacco. When I say African, I don't mean just Cameroon, although you have that too.
Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Angola.
Yeah. So why don't you stay with a traditional approach of Nicaraguan, Dominican, Honduras, even though those all aren't traditional to begin with?
I want to tell you something, okay? And probably people, I want to say, each always say the same thing. Well, because they're the truth. Okay. Think about it. I was born in Spain, Europe. Okay. I moved to the United States. I met and I married a person of Trinidad and Tobago. We have a pug, a Chinese dog. We have a bully, English and American dog, and we have French dog. Man, what the fuck? Put it this way, you know, forget about what I said. You know when you see this handsome guy with this handsome woman and the different colors, and they have a baby and keep the beautiful baby with the blue eyes, and this, holy shit, that baby is beautiful. And they grow up, oh, that woman or that man or whatever. Okay, that's what is called a blend in the cigar. Okay, people confuse. Oh, everything is Nicaraguan. Well, that's a pure. Everything is not Dominican, pure. Everything is Cuban, pure. So why every single one of the factories, which is about, I would say 15,000 factories in the world, 275,000 brands in the world, they talk about blends. Why is no pure is a blend?
Interesting.
Because a pure is a pure. Yeah, it's a pure. Just for this thing, you want to
single malt. It's a single malt.
Yeah. You want to explore. It becomes what? A blend. If you want to smoke a cigar, don't smoke as a pure. Smoke a blend. Have the best of this origin, this one, this country. Put all the best together. That it will give you an amazing blend. And that's what. Oh, what's the blend in the cigar? Imagine that you have a cohiba, vejique. Vuelta abajo, has two fucking fillers. That's what it has. No 3, no 4, 2 fillers. A binder and a wrapper. Okay. People will tell you, what's the blend? What you care about it? I thought you want the pure. Everyone will tell you, what's the blend? Your t-shirt, you have a band t-shirt. I have a band t-shirt. People will tell you, who's the brand that make it? You like this or you like the sticker in the back? You make sense? It's like the blends are the best things. Like a wine. Wine, you cannot have a pure wine, yes, whatever. It's called La Rioja, it's called Italy, it's called California, it's called whatever, but the blends, Grenache with a little Merlot, with a little whatever, it gives you the nice taste, you know? So unless that you want to have, I don't care, monkey soldier that I have right there with no ice and it's full, you put ice on it, it's a blend. You put the Coke, it's a blend. You about food, you would just a steak. No, you have potatoes with a steak, maybe some spinach with a steak, maybe some.
So what you're saying is that variety is the spice of life, and if you're unwilling to branch out and explore new options to put into your recipe,
Yeah.
it becomes stale, stagnant, just like everybody else's.
If you don't have a blend, you have nothing. The only pure thing it used to be was Cuba, no anymore for the past 11 years. And so far right now, the only pure thing that you can have is Africa. That's it. No other country is going to give you pure tobacco or pure nothing.
You actually have done an amazing job of ripping off a Cuban cigar in the BTC.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of people think it's a Bitcoin reference, but it's not.
No,
it's better than Cuban. Better than Cuban. And that's what I tell people about your page is like you could go on and find everything that your palate would remotely want. You have Lanceros, you have Gordos, you have Robustos, you have Toros, you have varieties of flavors, strength,
Moacs, whatever you want.
Absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, the Moab. Okay, so he makes a cigar that's like the size of a fucking football. Okay, but it's long. It's seriously, it's like this. All right, it's a horse cock, and it is huge.
I'm gonna go pick up a Moac and the muffler I did, but give me a second because they in all the way back there. Give me a second.
No worries. So one of the things that's really cool about Ish's house is he lives in an actual humidor. And I didn't know what that fully meant. I've talked about this on previous shows, but when you go to his house, he has a humidification. The room I slept in had probably 3,000 cigars in it. And that was his guest room. There's cigars all over his house, but he has a humidification misting system in his home. Even though he lives in Florida, his house stays at a constant 70 degrees at a minimum for humidification. Even higher, it really doesn't raise because he's got that figured out too. And I'm standing there in his kitchen. All of a sudden, I get a little on the back of my neck, and I look up, and he's got it run through his HVAC system. And I was like, "What the heck am I getting sprayed on? Your roof just pissed on me." And he's like, he starts laughing at me, and then takes me to his garage and shows me his built-in home cigar humidification system. So the room I stayed in had several thousand cigars, and the room that my business partner Jeff and Laura stayed in had a couple of thousand cigars probably as well. I mean, he's got a really cool setup, and it's just interesting. I never thought a house in Florida would need to be humidified, but he keeps his interior at different, obviously, than the exterior, and he's got several big humidors in his house as well. But he's going to get the Moab, the Moac, the mother of all cigars. And this thing looks like a missile. This thing's seriously like this big. I think it's 120 ring gauge in the middle. It's a torpedo tapered on both ends. So I guess that would be more of a perfecto. I don't know that I could smoke the whole thing. I don't know how many of them he's actually moved or how many of them that people have actually smoked, but it takes the woody and makes it look small. I mean, this thing is a hell of a cigar. And I don't know that he's ever smoked one. I've never even asked him if he's ever smoked one. Have you ever smoked one?
Oh, what, the Moacs?
Yeah.
I smoked like 5 of them. Well, I won the competition once. Well, who is smoking first, blah, 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 blah. But of course, I have training. And sorry for the delay because I want to pick up one. Then I pick up the muffler as well. It was in different room. And then I pick up a Salomon so you can see the difference. Let's pick up, for instance, the Punisher, the Salomon. Okay?
I'm going to let you go full screen for this one so you can show everyone.
Okay, go for it. Okay, that is Salomon. Okay, it's 57 by 7.25. Now let's put the Moac.
Show the case, show the box, show the box, show the box.
So this the Moac, which is
mother of all cigars,
and is 12. I put it over there because it's pressed, and then I put it like this. So it's 12 by 110. So compared with the Salomon, 57 by 7.25, you can see the difference, right? But then I make for a joke for someone that they want to smoke, and they call the muffler, which I make it 27 by 320. So now you have this.
Oh my god, dude! It's like a.
And you have the Solomon. So that tell you. That tell you that.
Now those are custom orders, though, right?
This one is yes, because it takes this one. Yes, it is 100%. This other one is not, or used not to be, but it takes, as you can see, it's big. It's very big. So I want to put in my humidors at my house or the warehouse, just having this, taking the space of mini cigars. So, but if they order, they will have it. That's no problem. But yeah. So it's.
So what's MSRP on each of those?
This one is $16.
That is a really, really great cigar, by the way. And I love that you don't have the Connecticut tip because you don't get the bitterness off the lip.
Nope. This one, the Mohawk, is, if I can really, can you open it or something like that so people can see it? Yeah, there we go. This one is $50, but remember, this is 32 cigars in it. And this one is no press, is no nothing. I just put surround wrap because it's too big. It's 27. Look my shoulders. I'm not a small guy. You know me. Look at this. So it's 27 by 320. But again, you can cut it with a normal cut it. Like just with something like this. You can go, cut it, and smoke it. So it's not like you need like a, oh man, it's like a, nah.
So what's your smoke time on the Mohawk and the muffler?
The Mohawk, just in a competition, I did it, which I shouldn't do it. I did it in 29 minutes. But a Mohawk, it takes about 3 hours.
You did the Mohawk in 29
minutes. Yeah. But
did you
again,
hook it up to a vacuum cleaner?
I almost said
that's the smoker. That's the cigarette smoker in you, dude. That's the like I've got 3 minutes to smoke a cigarette.
That's because I smoke cigarettes, so that's for sure. But that's the minimum I did. A normal, pleasant thing, no rushing a cigar, it will be about 4 hours. You hadn't. You know, you're reading a book, it's your weekend off, you have nothing to do, you pick up a book or a movie or whatever and smoke, it will be 4 plus hours. The muffler, I saw people smoking in 3.5 hours. Actually, it should be like a 7, 8, 9 hours to smoke.
Yeah. How much is the muffler?
The muffler, I just did for a group of people that they want to smoke it. But my cost in this thing, which is 2 pounds of cigar, my cost it was $56.
Wow, I'm taking that home with me, by the way.
This is like
yeah, right. That's a wiffle bat. That's a wiffle bat, dude.
That's your name. That's yours.
So the one thing that I want people to understand is the big cigars that he makes because people actually buy them and smoke them. So they're not novelty. That's very important to understand. There are big cigars out there that are what I would consider novelty because they just aren't blended good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're remotely interested in one of those big cigars, please, if you buy one, send me an image, tag the show if you're smoking it. I'd love to talk to you about it. I have yet to smoke one, but my gosh, that would take me like 2 days to get through. It's a whole 8-hour shift at work for me.
It is well, I have one guy smoking this, the muffler. His name is Rob. He goes in the Instagram and whatever as a Bonnie Tail, whatever. It's Rob, one guy from Texas. Fucking funny dude. And he smoked this thing in 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
Now, he told me, Ish, I did it. 21 days later, he called me and say, I didn't smoke another cigar since then. I said, man, you have 100% nicotine, and it's not press. It's just press. It is pressed with a surround wrap. It's no mold to put the cigar. Okay, it's no a mold ever to put 27 inches cigar. It's not, and if it is, you have to do it a special order. It will cost you an arm and a leg, and it will be about 7 pounds just for one cigar. So the guy said, man, I was in nicotine coma. I said, well, but he wanted, like with a bandana, with a sauce, and look, boom. And then 3 hours later, he was like, 3.5 hours later, say, fuck, I ain't fuck. He went down. And
I mean, that's a hell of a cigar. That's a hell of a cigar, I mean, that's a lot there. But people actually buy that Moac, and people actually smoke that Moac on a regular basis from you.
Oh yeah,
and that to me is just nuts.
The Moac, I have one guy I made cigars for him, and I can say the name because it's non-disclosed. Is the Three Kings, and it's from Mikey from California, and he smoked once a month easily. And the funny thing is like a double perfecto. So you have the tip over here, tip over there. But what I did, just in case, in the middle, I put a double binder. So you cut in the middle, it will not unwrap.
Oh, so it's allowed to be split.
Yeah. So he has one, but it has to be in the middle. Well, you have 2 inches. So if you miss 2 inches, you fucked. But boom. He has in the morning going to work, like a 1 hour plus, whatever. He's still a little more over there and then coming back. But this guy smoked once a month. I smoke only 5, 6 of them. This is what I smoke in the past freaking 8 years, mostly because I love myself. It's a good cigar, but it's another cigar. It's a lot of cigar, that's for sure.
No, it is a lot of cigars. So here in the closing, Ish,
yes,
give us a preview of what to expect from you this year. What are we going to see? Are we going to see anything new at PCA? If you could talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
You're gonna see. It will not be PCA exclusive. I'll learn once. That's like when you're a kid and you do something wrong. I was raised in Spain, and it was Catholic thing, whatever, and you do something wrong, then you go like this with your fingers, they go with a fucking ruler, like big, and until you bleed. So I learned my lesson. I will not do that again. So it will not be PCA special whatsoever. It will be PCA release. Yeah, because you can sell to everyone. We have the around the world. It has been in the making for 3 years now. It's coming February, but I will put it in March. We have, I believe, 15,000 already for the past 3 years done. And we keep making. But the original ones are 15,000 cigars. And it's 7 continents. Used to be, when I grew up, it was only 5 continents. Now it's 7. Okay, so it's 7 continents, but it's 17 countries in that cigar. We have, like I was telling you before, with the Lupicatelli, we make a leaf and say P, put, S, sun, smoke in the air, pisita. We change one letter so that is nobody get ask her per se. So we change something which I already put the domain and I already put everything about it so nobody can take it. Just in case they come with, oh, you use that word and blah, 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 blah. Cease and desist, you know what? Screw you, it's mine. So it's a second cigar that we're coming with. And then we're coming in the 24th of this month. I cannot disclose nothing yet, but we're coming with a whiskey and a cigar with a very, very, very well-known wrestler, UFC fighter, actor.
Can't wait for that.
And the list keep going on and on and on and on. And this Saturday is another company coming that everyone in the company, I don't want to say a name, they want to if they live. And they come in and they change the factories totally, and we're doing the cigars for them. The reason is because when we buy tobacco, I don't buy tobacco for today, for tomorrow, for the 1,000 cigars. I buy tobacco for at least 6 to 10 years. The factory that we're doing the cigars for them, they buy the cigars, the tobacco as they go. So from this place, 20 pounds, for this place, 30 pounds, for this place, I buy thousands of pounds at the same time. And they start to knowledge that say, holy fuck, it has tobacco that we can run cigars for 6 to 10 years. Depends.
It also gives you consistency.
It absolutely, yes. It will be never for normal people, it will be the same flavor. For people or the machines you want to call the lab, it will not be, because it's not the same plants. So this plant for this plant for this plant is not going to be the same flavor at all. It's very similar, but we came to buy enough to do between 6 and 10 years, so it will be constancy for sure, shape burn for sure, profile for sure. It maybe can be a little stronger, a little softer, whatever, but that's the leaf. That's not the blend. That's not the rolling. That's not. It's just the leaf. It's natural thing. You know, it's like a coffee is coffee, but it's not the same thing from 7-Eleven, the McDonald's, that the wherever you go, Starbucks or whatever. It's still coffee, but it's not the same. Even if it's the same brand, it's not the same. How much water? How much this? How old it was that coffee? How, you know, it's tobacco is very special thing, and people don't get it. That it's a baby. You have to nurse the baby and rub the baby and shit.
And that's where blending comes in too, because each year the crop is different little by little. So you have to kind of blend to what it is the previous year, as close as you can get to that previous year.
Yeah, okay. Normally what you do, Ryan, you go and you say, okay, 2015, we came with the Bauer. As a matter of fact, with the Bauer, we came in 2012, before BAMF, it was done. Before the Amazon Basin, the Anaconda, and all of that, we came. And they recognized that, and they put it public, which I appreciate, and they will ask them to do that. But some idiot will say, oh, it's a copy of this, and they say no. As a matter of fact, we didn't know that Ish was doing that, and we copied him. So that was a good thing. But, which I don't care anyways. But if it's not the same taste, we will reblend to be at least 94 to 95% the same taste. Not because you had Creole 98 for 2019, Creole 98 for 2024, or Creole 98 for whatever it is. It's not going to be the same. The soil can be the same. The minerals are not the same. The weather is not the same. The harvest guys are not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, it's the same plant. It's not. It's a plant. You got the plant is gone. Nothing is going to. It's like you tell me, okay, you mean a guy that he has 10 sons. Same woman, same men. They look alike? It might be. They think the same? Absolutely not. They're going to eat the same thing? Absolutely not. One can be a lawyer. One can be a fucking drug addict. The other can be a nurse. The other can be an engineer. You know what I mean? It's happening with the plants. You cannot put on the plants to say, hey, I want you to taste the same the last year. you better, you just can't. It's the soil, it's the weather, it's the rain, it's the sun. So you just can't, but pretty simple. So that's why you reblend. That people will never tell you we reblend to make similar to the other blend. When people don't do that, it happens with many cigars. Like, let's put one that everyone knows. Liga number 9. The first ones, awesome. What happened with them? Boom, 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 boom. And later on, it started to go up. Why? Because they never reblend. They had the same tobacco for different years. But that doesn't mean it's going to stay the same.
But so then the opposite is true, though, because sometimes the reblend, take for instance the triple Maduro, Camacho is not the triple Maduro that Abe Dababna originally gave him the idea for. It's totally different. It's so reblending can be good or bad depending on one who's driving the vehicle to reblend it.
Well, again, it happened with company. Okay, we're talking more than the United States. Many people doesn't stay in the same company forever. Today, you just say, I don't want to study, I want to Burger King. Tomorrow, I want to work in a Bank of America. The next day, I become a mechanic. The next day, or next month, I become. That's what happened. But if you have a blender, and that blender teach another blenders how to do it, put it this way, Coca-Cola. The guy invented Coca-Cola. To this day, is going to taste almost the same. Depends the water, the quality of the water, or whatever, but it's going to, because they have the recipe. So you have the recipe and you're a blender, it will taste mostly the same. But when you just realize or rely in just in the flowers, it was 25% seco, 10% ligero, 40% suave. We put the binder this and the wrapper that. Different years, it's not the fucking same. It's not. It is not. So that's why you need a blender. But a blender that be with you for day one to day whatever. You change blenders.
You change product.
Okay, put it this way. You have the house and you hire a painter to paint one room. I didn't like that. You have another painter. Totally different procedure, different finish. You go to the third room, 3 of them professional painters, right? No room looks the same. Even if it's the same color, no one looks the same. Like a full time in the floor. And all of a sudden you go half of the whole house, say, oh, you know what? I'm going to call somebody else. Well, these guys, they knew the pattern they were using. They knew how much things they were putting. They knew how much intercut they were putting. They know how much spaces. Now the one they have to come and investigate and look and try to do it. It will not look the same. It will not. It might blend, but it will not be the same.
That's a really good point. If you change blenders, you run the risk of changing the flavor because you're going off of the blender's palate. Yep. And that's really what makes the master blenders of the world great. Yep. It's like the what was it, Breyers, I think it is. Their ice cream sampler is insured his tongue for like $5 million from Lloyd's of London, because if anything ever were to happen to him, he's been their master tester for 20 years, 30 years, something like that. He uses a gold spoon. Like if you change that, if he leaves, that vanilla might not taste the same, might not be as sweet, might not be as vanilla-y, might not be as clean tasting.
I really, with that vanilla thing, what happened is every year your pH in your body, your pH in your blood, it changes. It could be 1.1 or 0.1. is a big difference. And these guys, something that you don't know, most of the blenders in cigars, most of the blenders in ice cream, in coffee or whatever, every year they go and they have a blood test drawn just for your healthy, right? Everybody has for your healthy, for your health. You have, my annual check or whatever. Well, it's not just that. It's how many delicious I have. Oh man, I was in 225 last year. This year in 275. So my blood test is gonna change for 2%. How much sugar I had last year? 96%, 96. This is 111. Well, it's a 2% change. How much hemoglobin I had before? How much testosterone I have? So you have to put all of that, do calculations, and you can keep the same blend. No,
But see,
in
but
everything.
see, that makes sense because I know a lot of people in that heavy cigar smokers that have been like, oh, dude, I love the heavy stuff. But as I've hit my 50s, 55, 60, I go more for the medium to mild, more or less to the mild, because it doesn't hit me the same way. So you make a really good point. Your body chemistry changes, your palate changes. That's why you like something you don't like something as a kid. Like, for instance, I hated feta cheese as a kid. Now I absolutely love feta cheese. I wasn't a big fan of curry. Now I love curry. And in closing the show here, I just got to say, Ish's wife is one of the best curry cooks that I've ever eaten curried with. When over at his house, we did curry goat, and oh my god, it was spicy in all the right ways. I was sweating everywhere, and
the roti bread.
Oh, forget about it, dude. I couldn't stop. But Ish, as we're coming to a close here,
sure,
I'd like to ask you a question. Of all the places you've been in life, you've been in, I don't know how many dozens of countries throughout your life.
69 countries. Yeah.
69. So so 69 countries. If I gave you $100 million tomorrow, tax-free or not, it doesn't matter. Where would you live?
Fuck, with $100 million, I don't even need a tenth.
I say $100 million. I say if I were to make it to where money was not an option, money was never a thing for you, where would you live?
Honestly, that's fucked up because I was born and raised in Spain, which to me is one of the best countries ever because of the food and people. But no counting, I would say Spain, but not counting my birth country, I would do Scotland.
Scotland, okay. I haven't met a Spaniard. I enjoyed their company though, so we'll.
Scotland for sure. When you just get up it's gonna be cold or it's gonna be hot. But when you just open, it's not houses, it's more like cabins. You open your cabin and you see the mountains, those rivers, the sea. Scotland is where I want to retire, and I've been saying this for the past 3 years. I'm 52 years old, so for the past 3 years, I've been saying that if it's for people, food, or whatever, it's nothing. Sorry, this is my country by choice. That's what I am. But my country of birth is Spain. For food, get together, alternate with people is number one in the whole world. More Michelin stars than no country in the world. It's Spain, but Scotland it will be probably one of my places to be.
So for ambiance and scenery, Scotland. For food and wine,
Spain.
Because you're
food,
probably
wine, brandy, whiskey, whatever.
Yeah, but you're probably, because you're not a huge Scotch guy. You will drink it, but you're not a huge Scotch guy.
No.
You're probably not going to get the wine that you want out in Scotland. This guy shows up at my house. I have bottles of bourbon and Scotch on the table. He looks at me, goes, "Any wine? No." Okay, so we went down. Fortunately, I have an amazing wine shop in Palmer Lake, like absolutely amazing wine shop, rooms of wine, and he goes in there and he buys like 6 bottles of wine, and he brings it over and then he leaves it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this wine. Obviously, I drank it. It was all very, very good wine. But yeah, he is a wine drinker through and through. He knows his wine, he knows his cigars, and he knows his bacon.
I know, honestly, in order, I would say wine, because I grew up with wine. Cigars, because we roll cigars at the age of 3, 4, 5 years old. You just have your grandpa, grandpa, your hands are fucking little tingling or whatever. So you just roll the cigar for the grandpa because you saw how it's done. And bacon, because, man, well, as a matter of fact, it's more panceta. Panceta in Spain is more than bacon. It's the same thing, but it's cut is a little thicker.
It's cured differently too.
Yeah. But one thing that we love where I come from, forget about family. Family is imposed to you. You cannot ask for a mother or a father or a brother or a sister. You only can choose one thing: your friends. You cannot choose your work. Depends what you have. Whatever your studies are, you can work on that. Your father is your father, your mother is your mother, your brother is your brother, your sister, whatever. One thing that we can choose in this life is friends. And I will say, choose wisely.
Yes.
Your friends, it can make you bigger, shorter, or just be like you are. And this one thing I always will be, I don't care about cigars, really. Fuck cigars, fuck the wine, fuck everything else. I'm a people's person. Is choose your friends. If you cannot choose your friends, god damn, what the fuck are we doing over here? You know,
absolutely.
That you can't even choose your house. Your money can choose your house. You cannot choose your house, your car. Your money you make, it can choose your car. But your friends, you can choose your friends. Yes or no, this and this and that, and they will make you grow. And when people say, "Oh, this guy, he's only making this much a year, whatever, blah blah," maybe he has more knowledge than you. Just be with the guy. It's one thing I would never tune down in my life, in cigars, in wine, in building, in teaching, in whatever. Is never underestimate the people that you're talking with, because you never know where they're coming from and what they know. And
absolutely,
that's one of the biggest things, And people,
yeah,
you don't have to go for yourself. You don't have a fucking Maserati, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I can go with fucking wheelbarrow. I don't need a fucking Maserati. It's I don't know if it makes any sense.
I subscribe to the adage, to your point, of show me your closest friends and I'll show you where you're going to end up.
No,
that is a very, very true statement. And on that statement, we can't be friends anymore because
so you know what?
But in all honesty, I'm so happy that you and I have. I mean, like I tell people, you're absolutely my best friend in the industry. I talk to you more than I do anybody else, and I love you. I love having you on, and I'm looking forward to seeing you up at TGS. If any of you guys watching the show will be at TGS, please, please, please come up and say hi. Ish will be there as well, not as a vendor, but he will be walking around. So definitely check out to him. He's the tall guy with a long ass ponytail. You can't miss him. And he's probably going to be one of the few ones smoking a cigarette at the event too. So you absolutely cannot miss. So let's see here. What does Chris say? Drive Ferraris and friends that drive Hondas, but I have zero friends that drive a Prius. Absolutely. There you go. Car ain't worth having if it's a Prius. No, I totally take that back. If you drive a Prius, it's absolutely fine.
but with all the honestly, be honesty, no honesty is, I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care what you smoke. I don't care what you drink. I don't care where you live. I don't care how much money you make a month. I don't care. The only thing in life, really, okay? And look, and a cigar maker is making a fucking cigarette, okay? That tell you something. So I don't have to smoke just cigars. I smoke whatever, because these guys deserve to have something else too. So I pay for these guys as well. So the only thing it makes you fucking human is just listen to people, be with them. You can agree, disagree, but you can help in any sense. No money alone, just whatever, then it's a friend, whatever. Be there for the guys. It's simple, and the tobacco industry is about that, really. Oh man, I would like to smoke this cigar, blah blah blah. You don't have it? Don't worry, I will send it to you. Now you have the other side. Oh, I would like to smoke this. Can you send me this? Can you send me this? That's fucking bullshit. But it's like I said, choose your friends. Just choose your friends. It's the only thing that you can choose. Not being your wife. She's sleeping? Yes. She's sleeping? Yes. You can even choose your she was good at first, but now she's no. She's good.
Carrie is incredible, and I'm going to text her right after the show to tell her that.
Fuck you. Okay. Your wife's fucking cell phone too.
But in all seriousness, Ish, absolutely agree with you. Choose your friends wisely, because your friends can really lay the roadmap to your success or failures. And if you have a friend that's pushing you in a wrong direction, it can cripple and harm you. It's one of the reasons why I am so big on mentors in my life, and having successful friends and friends that are on my level as well, because everybody has an opinion. Sometimes that opinion is really good, and it's valuable to listen to everybody. I've had one of my very, very early sales mentors, no longer a mentor of mine, but he told me the only thing you have to do in sales is build your own collage of ideas. Take ideas from others that you have listened to, that you have become friends with, make those ideas your own, and you will be successful. So if you have the right people around you, you will be successful, and that's very, very important. So thank you so much, Ish, for jumping on my first show of the year here in the Smoking Studios at the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show. Thank you so much. I cannot believe I am going on 3 years of this show.
Damn.
I know. I can't believe it.
Let me put my cheers. Oh shit! Yeah, you're getting old, man. You're getting old.
Yes. And Jason, buy tickets for TGS. They have some virtual ones. They have virtual ones left, and they have a few in person. If you're going to be in Florida on February, I think it's 24th, definitely, or 24th or 25th, definitely going to want to make to go.
And anyways, you don't have it online. I didn't buy my tickets yet, to be honest with you.
No, you buy them at the door.
I buy it at the door, and I leave. Well, you can tell them 7 minutes from my house is the show, right there, 7 minutes. And I didn't buy it, so.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Ish, for starting my year off with a bang. Looking so forward, as this is the year of Ish, the year of BAMF, the year of badass motherfucker cigars. And Ish, in honor of Ish's favorite words, I love you, motherfucker. And as always, I'll see it. Ish, if you ever meet Ish, that's his favorite word. If he says it to you, he truly likes you.
It's true. It's true.
So,
nothing against your mother. But that's how I say it.
Thank you so much, Ish. I'll see you here in about a month. And thank you very much for coming on. And until we see you all again, smoke what you like, smoke as often as you can, and have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone. Peace.
Bye-bye.